Well, happy very early in the morning to you. My name is Donna Feazell. I'm host of The Woman's Edge. I'm about to go tape a couple of shows, and I wanted to share a few makeup tips with you. I like to prep my skin the night before. I completely remove my makeup, which, by the way, you need to do that or you're aging your skin 3 days. So completely remove your makeup, exfoliate your skin at least twice a week. If you do that, what you're doing is removing the dead skin cells, and then it gives your moisturizer something a little more to hug onto. Then I completely moisturize my skin. In the morning when I wake up, I cleanse my skin again. Use a moisturizer with at least an SPF of 15. Then you're ready to start the makeup. Now, applying your makeup is all about time management. So I like to start with the process that takes the longest. In my case, it's the eyes because I use about 3 layers of mascara. And I like to wait between the layers because if you wait between the layers, it helps to lengthen your eyelashes. It gives you a little more, something a little more to hold on to. Now, I start out with the foundation and I end with the foundation because if I end with the foundation, any little mess ups I may make with my eyeshadows, they'll be taken care of. I like a minerals makeup because a minerals makeup is much more natural, and this is all I do just to get my face, just the base ready for your makeup. Just the base, that's all you need, so it doesn't look so fake and cakey. But again, using the minerals makeup is going to be a much more natural way. Now, if you have really dry skin, what you can do is start out with a liquid foundation and then end with your minerals makeup. And then that way you won't have creases. Okay, now, I like to color code my brushes. And I know this one is going to be for the light eyeshadow, this one is going to be for the darker eyeshadow. So that way, everything at a glance, I can pick it up and I can run with it. Now, it normally takes me just about 5 minutes to do my makeup. It'll take me a little longer today because I'm going to stop and talk to you for a few minutes. Okay, now I apply the light color all over the whole eye area. Now, what this is going to do is, if I haven't had a whole lot of sleep the night before, this is going to open up my eyes so I look a little more alive. Okay, the whole eye area. Then the darker color brush. And I'm going to go with a grayish looking eyeshadow. Now I'm going to apply that just above the bone area. And what this is going to do is create my eyes to have a little more dramatic look to it. Okay, just like so. Then what I like to do is use my fingertips, and that's going to set the eyeshadow. And also the warmth of the fingertips is going to allow my eyeshadow to stay on all day long. Now I'm going to apply my eyeliner. I like to go with a brown color eyeliner. To me, on my skin, a black is going to look a little harsh. And I start all the way from the end to end. Okay, now what an eyeliner actually is for is to work as an illusion, and it makes your eyelashes look longer. So that's really what an eyeliner serves. Okay, now at the bottom, and I'm going all the way like so, and then down on the bottom. Now sometimes, if I want a little more dramatic look, I'll get a little bit of black, and I put that right here on the ends only. And it just gives me a little more dramatic look. Now sometimes I use false eyelashes. Now I really don't like to use false eyelashes because when I take those off, what happens is I lose eyelashes. And then when you lose eyelashes, it takes you about 90 days to grow those back. I use an eyelash curler, and be very careful with this eyelash curler because you can lose a few lashes that way too. Okay, be very gentle. Okay, this helps to lengthen those lashes. Okay. I like to use an eyelash primer. Now this primer also serves as a conditioner for my eyelashes. And this also helps to lengthen my eyelashes. And I go just a little bit heavier on the ends. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Okay, now I like to let that dry just a bit before I apply my mascara. Now while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to work on my brow. And I use a brow gel. And I really love this brow gel because what this does It helps my brow liner to stay on a little longer, actually all day, not just a little longer, but all day. And it gives the brow pencil something to hug on to. Okay, now while I'm still waiting on the brow gel and I'm waiting on the primer for my mascara, I'll go ahead and work on my lips because I use a lip tint, and with the lip tint I like to apply 2 layers. And I really love this because it stays on all day, and with the bright lights will just really shine in from the camera, and what happens is I lose lipstick. Now I'm going to work on my bronzer. Now, when I use a bronzer, it's a brownish, kind of a light brown color, but the camera adds 10 pounds. So what I like to do is slim down my face. Okay, I'm going to start with making the number 3 on my face. And see what this does? It slims down my face. Now, I use a couple of layers on the show, but now for everyday use, 1 layer is plenty enough. Okay, here we go again. The number 3. And that way I don't look so washed out. Now, some of you girls I went to school with, you know I was always so pale in school. So what this does is really adds a lot to my skin tone. Now I like to slim down my nose a bit so I get the same stuff. And look, this is my bronzer, and then I do a little sun-kissed look by doing this. Now I'm going to apply my first layer of mascara. Now make sure you never pump the mascara brush, because if you do that, you're creating air pockets, and then the mascara is going to dry out at the bottom. Okay, now the first layer. Now it's best to use 2 or 3 thin layers than it is to use 1 big gloppy layer, because that way you're not going to have clumps. Okay, if you'll notice, I'm not going to apply any mascara at this point on the bottom lashes yet. And the reason I do that is if I apply that right now, I'm going to have little specks of mascara right here. Then I have to remove the specks. Then I'm removing the eyeshadow. And that's totally defeating the purpose. Then I have to start all over with the eyeshadow. And again, it's all about time management. Okay, I'm going to do an instant facelift. No surgery, no shots, no Botox, no nothing. Okay, I love a white highlighter for my skin tone. You can use a green. I'll start right here. Now yellow is also good. Right here. And then I'm going up here on the very top. Now what that's going to do is create a lighting effect. And then the lights bounce like this, so it gives me a younger looking appearance. Okay, and make sure you get right in here in those crevices. That's where sometimes your eyeshadow can set. Okay, now I'm ready for another layer of my lip tint. It's kind of sticky like. But now I'll have a solution for that also. Okay, now mascara. I'm going to start with the top of the lashes. See, just the tips. Then I go bottoms up. Okay. And here we go again. The top of the lashes, and then bottoms up. And see, look at the length that's already creating. And I'm not even through yet. Better than false eyelashes if you can do that. Okay, now blush. Now, like I mentioned, the camera, as you can see, adds 10 pounds. So I'm going to slim down my face by using a blush. And I like to go with a pinkish tone. So I'm going to start right here at the bottom of my cheekbones and go up. And see what that does? Now, if I would like to have a fuller face, I would start up here and then go this way. Now, my lips are really sticky, so I'm going to use a Shea Butter lip gloss. Oh, and I have a really good tip for your teeth. My Uncle DeWine had really beautiful white teeth. So I asked Mom one day how his teeth were so white. I said, does he live at the dentist's office? And she said, no, he uses baking soda when he brushes his teeth. Then another friend of mine told me the other day, if you'll mix once a week, if you'll mix baking soda and then strawberries together, she said, mix it and make a paste out of it and then brush your teeth once a week with it, you'll have really, really bright teeth. So I'm going to try that and let you know what I think about that too in a later show. Okay, now I'm going to work on my eyebrow. Okay, now with the pencil, see, I've used the brow gel, and the brow gel is going to give my eyebrows a little something to hold on to. Now, if you'll notice, I'm not using just a straight mark. I'm using just little, almost like little dashes. Now, what your eyebrow does is completes the eye look, and it frames your eyes. Okay, then I use an old mascara brush. I don't throw those away. Make sure you wash it out really good. And then that's all you do. Now, for the final layer of mascara, I'm going to go the bottom lashes. You know, I told you to be really careful with that. Just a little bit. A lot of times people think they have dark shadows under their eyes, and they really don't. It's because they've applied too much of a black mascara, and you don't want to do that. Okay, now to finish the last layer of mascara, I'm going to the top of the lashes again, and then I'm brushing up and out. Okay, up and out. Okay, now the other eye, again the top lashes, and then up and out. Okay, and look at all that length. Okay. Now, another little trick I like to do, because I want my eyes to look a little more dramatic for the camera. So what I'm going to do is use just a bit of green at the edge, just like that. And I'm using my fingertips for that. Okay. Now this is good to do if you're going to a party, if you're going to be somewhere at night. And again, just a touch of green. And again, using my fingers. And I like to use my fingers because, again, that warm touch is going to give it a lot of staying power. Okay, now look again, because see, your eyeshadow has a tendency to move. So before the show, I'll get a mirror and I look, and I make sure that my eyeshadow is in place. Okay. All right. Now for the finished product. I told you it takes just about 5 minutes to do my makeup. It's taking me longer today because I'm talking to you. Okay. Ending again with the foundation, and it is the Minerals foundation. And make sure you have clean brushes too. Cleanse your brushes at least once a month, because what happens is they're sitting in a damp restroom, and the dampness is going to cause bacteria to grow, and you may start getting breakout on your face. I use just a shampoo, and then I put the brushes in a cup with the shampoo, and then I swish it around, then I rinse it out really good and let it set out while I'm at work, and then I have clean brushes. Okay, now I'm finishing off. Let's see how this ties everything in together. And so you thought I was using way too much makeup. And look at this. It's going to give you a much more natural look. Okay. Now, I am through. That's a wrap. And I appreciate you watching. Now look at the very end of this tape, and you'll see some information on how to get in contact with me if you have any questions. I would love to hear from you. And thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope you have the absolute most wonderful day.